There are two eras in gaming, before Super Mario Bros. And after Super Mario Bros. I count myself lucky that this landmark was the first video game I ever played, and like millions of others, I got hooked. Big time. Maybe you were there too. Like me, Super Mario Bros. Changed you forever. I was still very young when the NES was in the autumn of its years, and acquiring one came as something of a surprise. It came bundled with a stack of games, but one game stood out. A copy of Duck Hunt that just so happened to have Super Mario Bros. On the same cartridge.
Duck Hunt. Make sure you say that carefully.
I adopted the mandatory cross-legged pose in front of the TV and slotted the cartridge into the NES.
He forgot to mention the 40 minutes of tangled cables and staring at TV static, wondering where he'd gone wrong.
Well, it was all a bit new back then.
The world was bursting with colour. The mechanics were great. It made me feel clever and stupid. I felt stupid when I totally mistimed my very first jump straight into a Goomba's face. I felt clever when, intentional or not, I performed a flurry of cool moves and somehow came out unscathed. Everything about it was awesome, but the main reason it was so addictive, the number one reason it hooked me into gaming forever, I just wanted to know what was coming next.
It seems obvious now we've lived with it for nearly 4 decades, but Super Mario Bros. Always kept you guessing. Just when you think you've got it sussed, you've gone underground. Then, all of a sudden, you're swimming. Then a new enemy shows up, and fish start flying. Now you're in a castle filled with lava?
And I never understood why 6-3 has a different colour palette. What was that all about? Is it meant to look like snow or something? It doesn't.
Who knows? But it was one of many little surprises you came across on the journey.
It wasn't the challenge, it wasn't the fun of the game that hit me the hardest. It was the hidden world that was just out of sight around the next corner. Moving forwards and gradually revealing a level where anything could happen next was the reward. And this reward was revealed with each new frame. But it wouldn't have been anywhere near as exciting if the promise was just more white pixels on a black background. The colours, the music, the geometry, the sense of place and story all helped build up this anticipation.
Okay, it was another damsel in distress story, but Mario wasn't a knight saving a princess locked in a tower.
He's an Italian plumber up against a giant anthropomorphic turtle. The game's obsession with mushrooms tells you all you need to know.
All this created a desire to push through and complete levels, again and again. I'd die and have to start all over. Eventually I get frustrated, turn everything off and then just sit staring at the console. Oh, what the heck, just one more try. Super Mario Bros. Captured my imagination. I'd thoroughly explore each level looking for secrets. I'd constantly scribble my own level designs on paper. When I wasn't playing, I was thinking about playing, about that one section I couldn't get past, and what might lay beyond it. No other game I played that fateful day, not even The Legend of Zelda, put a spell on me quite like Super Mario Bros. Did.
Can you imagine having something like Super Mario Maker back in the 90s? It would have blown people's minds.
Tamagotchi blew people's minds in the 90s. Duck Hunt.